So, as you two know, I just wanted to have like a casual conversation and just kind of explore what we're experiencing at this time and how we're moving through the process of our humanness and not denying in any aspect of this beautiful creative space and allowing it to just be authentic and genuine without any like predetermined anything. So we'll just see, how it flows. We all have similar visions for for life but yet different perspectives. And I think it'll be amazing to come together and see what happens. So I don't know if you two want to like share a little bit about yourself since I know you guys, but you
We
guys
know,
don't know each other.
I already know Jeremy. We,
Chris.
yeah, we already know each other a little bit, not a lot of it, but a little bit.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Summer retort. Well, that's awesome, brother, man. I'm so grateful. Grateful.
yeah, yep.
Um,
Yep. Me and him have talked in Messenger a little bit.
oh,
Yeah.
right on. Yes.
Okay.
Um,
When
So it's
when
not
did you guys start chatting?
I don't know which one I met first, but either I met you first, Elaine, or I met Jeremy first. I'm pretty sure the other person I met through you, like through the comments. Like, ooh, that's a good person. I'm gonna
Yeah.
friend request her. So I don't know which one came first, the chicken or the egg, but
yeah.
right.
Well, so awesome. Super awesome.
You guys
And
are
that's
both from
so
Wisconsin, and I'm from the border.
okay. Yeah. Yes. So interesting. I think, Chris, where you live? You live in Antioch or Iola? Not
Yes,
Iola.
Antioch, right on the border, right by Pleasant
Yeah.
Prairie. If you go to Nike
So
Outlet, if you go to Nike Outlet, I'm right there.
so I went to grade school in Antioch in second and part of third grade. So I think that's really cool too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
What?
thought I told you
Okay.
that. Yeah. BJ Hooper.
Did you go
Yeah.
to Hillcrest?
No,
Okay, all right.
BJ Hooper.
All right,
But
BJ Hooper. All right.
so yes. Um Yeah, so I love it that I mean, that's, like, kind of how we've connected as well, just, like, seeing people in the comments, right? Like, that's how I've been connecting, that's how I see a lot more of us coming together is, like, my group of, like, mutual friends and acquaintances are just, like, expanding, and I'm seeing so much more, um, of us kind of coming together in this. But I was telling Jeremy before that I pulled a card for us um for this conversation, and it's birth and expansion from
Ooh.
Lyra, which is a past earth. So
Ooh.
I find this to be very beautiful. Um and oh, this is cool. Can I read it quickly here?
Please. Yes.
As the Lyran civilization grew, it unleashed a tremendous amount of creative energy. There was so much excitement to build this new civilization and expand into the galaxy. It was time of optimism, enthusiasm, and creative experimentation. This card reminds you that ancient time that you are a part of, and it encourages you to once again find that creative spark within you. Don't be afraid of your creativity. There were times where you were punished for it, but that reality has passed. It is time to release the karmic patterns of fearing your creativity and trust the universe to support it. Wow. This is for pioneering spirits and commitment to enthusiasm and to build the physical reality that they desired. This is this does not represent a focus on masculine energy, yet it refers to even deeply creative process of the feminine energy in a healthy way. Wow. It's a very balanced expression. So yeah, this is so cool.
Can
I
I,
feel that.
may I share something?
Yes.
Prior to us going and communicating and gathering tonight, guys, and Chris and Lane, I was meditating and doing a little breath work. And it wasn't like I was pulling tarot or doing anything, but I clearly saw the chariot. And I knew like, and tarot was like the chariot card. And the chariot card, the seventh major arcana in tarot, symbolizes victory and willpower and so on and so forth. And it also is a card to overcome conflicts and moving forward in a positive direction. one needs to keep going on, and through sheer hard work and commitment will be victorious, and which is very much in alignment with what I was seeing in my mind's eye, the Chariot, with what this Lyrian card was. And
It
that,
is.
yes, very tapped in and beautiful.
And it also the chariot card represents, because it's typically a black horse and a white horse. So the feminine, the yin and the yang energy
Oh.
that come together as creative expression and action.
And the other vision I had was ghost. I don't know why I was seeing ghost, and I've never heard of a ghost card or anything like that. And I didn't really know. I don't know what you guys feel into when you hear that, but I was clearly receiving a vision of the Chariot and ghost for whatever reason. What do you?
So, all right, this is what I'm feeling on that one. The Lyran, right? A lot of different culture, the Lyran heritage, the Lyran story says that ancestors were part of the developers of the human race. So the story
Mhm.
goes, and in that part, and so in doing so, the Lyrans were really close to the initial 0 point, and so in doing so, that ghost, you know what that ghost is? That ghost is that spirit, that soul, that infinite. That's there. So we're not alone. It's not alone. We're not alone.
It's
Yeah,
just
you know,
everywhere.
Chris, I love that.
it's the
Yeah, I love
source.
that.
It's the source. That ghost is a source.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking goosebumps, brother. Ooh.
Yeah.
My palms are sweating. Like, seriously, I'm like, oh,
That's so awesome. Great connection point. Yes. Okay. Wow. Okay. Marinate on that.
Wow.
Um,
So Elaine, do you resonate with Lyran also?
I resonate with so many different things. Um, like every aspect has different pieces that I resonate with. You know what I mean? Like at different so yeah, I do. And then but I resonate with so many other things as well. But
Right,
yeah, I
all
think
right.
for this moment in time, um yeah, definitely I feel that. And Ken, I know you're listening in, so I'm just gonna Uh, we're just talking about I pulled a card about birth and expansion and the creative balancing of the feminine and masculine energies and moving forward and creating a new reality um, from the integration of both balanced energies. So, and I feel that so much so because I'm especially recently. I mean, you got like, I've been like not isolating, but I haven't been putting my stuff out there, right? Like I have been just really in it, allowing for the birthing process to happen. And I feel the birthing process is here. So this is the birth.
So so with the birth, all right. Something I've been even leaving some voice messages on some of the people I talk to regularly, just leaving voice
Mhm.
notes and sharing. And I'm even considering making a video of myself, which I normally don't do that, but I'm thinking about it. I'm considering because I'm, I'm going. I'm shooting. I'm going for it. I'm going in. But anyways, I was like, so during the 8-8 portal, the creation, all right,
Mm,
which
mm,
back to that card, all right. So in the creation period that we're doing right now, there is I've been noticing there's a lot of higher, like the shift in the energy. What so the lighthouses I speak to, all right, I see you guys as lighthouses also, as there's little matches, there's lighters, and then there's the lighthouses. And I call the lighthouse is like a nice way of saying the power players in a sense.
mm.
And so in the power players, I've been noticing that in the last 2 weeks, the posts that they've been sharing are that much. It's like leveled up. It's like it's even, and then even the comments that are being made, there's a lot more potency in there. And so as I've been seeing that, then like I've been talking to Australia. We're having this meeting today. Um, a guy from Arkansas called me at 5:55 in the morning, just randomly. I don't, so it is a retrograde. So watch out for those old people. But the new people coming in, they're coming in with I don't know what happened, but they're you guys can still hear me, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Right. All right. So the new people coming in, there's with purpose. So when I start sharing this message with people, like, hey, I was just giving them the confirmation that the new contacts are being made. And so the team is unifying. So for many years, we've been on this solo journey. Like, it's all within, You got to go solo, solitude. But really, that same journey that we did within, we now got to do it without, with the tribe, connecting the dots. And so in doing so, so the grid is coming together. Even though we're apart, it's finally time. And so it's like, so I've been saying, like, it might not be the game of games. It might not be the game of games, but that ghost blew the whistle. It's game on. Game on. So this might be the preseason. But either way, like, what? You got to know what I'm good at, and you got to know what I suck at. Because we're all players. And you know what? I don't have.
Oh, you muted yourself, Chris.
Yeah,
I do have a position. I land.
Awesome what you said, brother. And I love that. We do have a position. That was great, brother. Thank you, brother. I really, Elaine, do you resonate with that? Like, I tend to see that too. I think I love how you, and that's no one's better than anyone or less than anyone, of course. But I love how you referred to some are lighters and matches and some are lighthouses. And that I've also noticed a big shift in some of the content or concepts in community, like on different platforms, social media, like people are kind of shifting and going deeper and really challenging concepts, like in a deep, deep way. And I totally agree with you that even the comments in that are coming more into an alignment. And I also fully agree with what you said about the working together with others. Like at first it was all within, we like keep going in. And now it's like, yes, in my life, me and Elaine have been speaking privately about like different alignments, different opportunities. And it's like, wow, it's like, what is this? And it's a real team effort now at this point. And I fully agree with what you're saying. And my association, I'll be very quick and brief, with the Lyrians. And when I saw like a lot of their creation story, and what I tuned into in the Akash was that they really were battle tested. They had a lot of discourse. They went heavily into technology and less into organics, and kind of created a shit show for themselves. And I still want me to swear, but and then it ended up in destruction. And they were incredibly evolved, but they also experienced personal agendas, to all these things, getting more into the technology versus organics, and just kind of blew out their resources. And they didn't come together to work together as one. Go ahead, Elaine.
They use this creativity and they learned lessons of selfishness, and when they made unconsciousness, self-serving choices. Yep.
What are you reading?
Just like, well, it's the same book. It's the same card. I just went further into it.
Yes.
Yes. It's look, there's a theme of like ego traps. Pay attention to your hidden desires for your creative process. So, deja vu. This is fascinating. So, take risk, even if you don't know where it will lead. I think it's interesting because for me, a lot of it is like the fear of being seen, and like me choosing people who do not see me because I'm afraid to see myself. And like that's been in intimate relationships, that's been in friendships. All of these things have been mirroring myself because I feel I've been afraid of what I can bring to the table, and afraid of my power. Is that, like, I don't even know what that exactly means, but
Well,
I feel that.
Elaine, you got a beautiful way of expressing yourself, and the more you're seen, the more I appreciate it. And then even on top of that, there, the more you love yourself, the more I can love you. And so when I do, so when I do one-on-one conversations, sometimes it's like, all right, imagine I tell, and when I talk to a lot of women, but in doing so, imagine you don't love your feet. You don't love your feet. So that means that you keep your socks on. So that means that I can never rub your feet. But if you love your feet, then I can love your feet. But, and so I use feet, and I'm not, but there's other women that they don't love their belly. Like they had a baby and they don't like the scars. So that means that, so if you don't love your belly, then that means that when you have an intimate moment, you're not going to let him love your belly. You're going to leave your shirt on. And you're hurting yourself and hurting him, because he wants to love all of you, not just your legs. So
I feel so correct and exposed, right?
I wasn't trying. I wasn't.
I know. I mean,
You're amazing. You're amazing. What you're saying is amazing, brother.
it's
Literally.
so on point for
So on
sure.
Can you hear me?
Is it Ken? Was it
Yeah.
Ken?
Ken.
Yes, it is.
Hi, Ken.
Hey, yeah, I've just been soaking it up for a while now, and I like a lot about what you're saying. I found in order to maintain the magic, you have to be your authentic self. And if you aren't in alignment with yourself and you're withholding yourself, I like how you said that. Like, if you don't let somebody love all of you, can't connect with somebody. And if the connection's not there, the healing doesn't work with other people. And I really liked what you said about the lighthouse versus the lighter. I found that sometimes the ability to fluctuate between the two really matters, because when you're meant to heal somebody who is connecting and seeking, the lighthouse will always show the way. But some people out here who have ill intent, have that dark energy, they need the lighter, because the only way you learn sometimes is through the pain of being scorched by that, and standing to your truth and letting it out without fear. That is true faith exuding itself, and it will always resonate. It might not leave that person in agreement with you, but the truth will always be known, and it'll have two parties on the same plane. There will be no longer an imbalance of power, and you will not be subjugated to that energy being exuded against you.
Yeah, brother Ken.
Boom.
I love everything you said, man. I don't know if I know you, but I just appreciate everything you just said. That was wow.
Yeah, I'm just listening to you guys, man.
Yeah, that's really
Oh.
amazing to add into the conversation. The authenticity, because right, like that's all kind of what we're like, well, I'm aiming for, if that is aiming for anything authentic, but just to be upfront and present with exactly all of those parts of myself, whatever that is, and creating from that authentic space without withholding.
Well, inadvertently, those fears, the prejudice, the preconceived beliefs we have of others too, the bias, it can cause us to lower our own vibrations, just trying to be something we feel will be perceived better. So you go beating around the bush like that, you deprive not only yourself of the opportunity to heal, you deprive the other person, because you're thinking you know everything already, and you're not in control of it. The only thing you can control yourself is the frequency that you emit. And when somebody is receptive and ready to hear that and feel that, it will work. It doesn't matter like what you do, as long as it is connected with that intent, it tends to work out better. You can't force everything to happen the way you want it. You can only control yourself.
And I'm going to feed off that. The last part, you can't force everything. You're right. Love cannot be controlled. You can't control love. That's one. And two, there's my way or the way. The way is the divine way. My way is in my head, and I'd be effing it up all the time. So when I do it the way, everything is golden and smooth. Golden. All right. But then also with that part, like you said, with the love and fear, all right, when I be talking, I say fear, love can't grow where fear's at. If I'm stepping in fear, I'm not stepping in love. If I'm stepping in love, I'm not stepping in fear. That's why they say, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. So if you're in all love, there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. And so in doing, but I can have love. I can have love with having fear, but the love cannot grow in the fear element. It cannot grow. It cannot expand. More likely, it might actually dissipate and die. More likely to die and dissipate than anything. So as fear will take over, because fear is a strong power also. Love wins, but fear is one of the biggest obstacles of love. Because even when you find that love, that amazing love, now you're afraid of losing that love. Oh, OMG, I don't want to lose you. You're amazing. Oh my God. But let love be. Don't control it. The moment I try to control that amazing love, I'm starting to lose it. I'm starting to lose it. And that firsthand experience in a marriage, I did that. I did that. Guilty. And then the last little piece before I land, you said the lighter. I like how you said the lighter on the burning part. I'm keeping that part on that part. Sometimes you get burned, but even at that, on top of that, the lighthouse, I'm pretty sure as superpowers, as power players, as those lighthouses, we're all guilty of, or not guilty, but aware of sometimes people are intimidated. Especially if they're in a dark spot, they're intimidated by the lighthouse. So in a lot of ways, the lighthouse is like the college professor in a sense. They have multiple degrees and they can teach it all. They mastery mode, right? Mastery mode in a sense. So in doing so now the match is in the beginning parts of the journey. They might be a first grader. And as a first grader and the college professor, we cannot expect the first grader to come up to the college professor level. So the college professor, there might be a master, it has to go down to the first grade level and be a match. And if they're not going to be a match, then there will be no match. I land.
If I may, I love what Ken and what Chris is saying and everything else in the dynamics of that. And when I hear the word Maya, like when I hear the illusion or I hear the persona or I hear the identity, I feel like because everything is so based in communication and the healthy benefit of reciprocal, healthy communication, to be able to be challenged, maybe triggered, but sit with it like medicine but really see it beyond the identified self of others. A lot of people are so caught up in the persona or the physicality, and they're really not considering the language or how others can mirror, how others can challenge, how others can grow. And so many people are so quick to walk away in these relationships because it's like they feel like maybe in the realm of possibility, I could experience a healthier, gentler lesson from another individual when it's not like that. It's like, are you really seeing the essence of the communication with somebody? So in the context of maybe in this reference, nobody's better than anyone or less than anyone, but a lighthouse maybe speaking truth to the insecurities or truth of behaviors or actions, and they trigger somebody that may be a match. You know what I'm saying? Like if we could slow down and really consider to hear others and go beyond the persona or the identity and say, you know what, actually, maybe I'm actually with the individual, the communication that might actually help me to see what the resistance is within myself. And we have like this energetic ping pong, or not ping pong, but like pinball. We're bouncing around from people to people when really the individuals that even may challenge you might be the actual individual in your life that was put in your life that you align with purpose, that can help you both become a lighthouse or somebody or whatever we're saying. But I mean, there's so much that Maya or the identity or the selfish, the illusion in that, or the triggering, because we see things from such a surface level and we see people as people. Elaine, we've talked about this, rather than behaviors or considering behaviors, that we miss the mark, and we're actually sometimes maybe we're with the right people all to begin with, and we're just not seeing it.
Maybe though, there's no right or wrong, or there isn't, and it just is all an experience for the expansion on both sides. So it just is. So, and Chris, as you were speaking, the fear and love. So like, so with my recent, like I have been off my rocker the past, not recently, but like the past few months, like I've been in the deep end of acting in fear. And so I have continued to come up with this space, but that doesn't mean I'm not acting in, it's not love. I'm always love. I am always in this space of like, I am love. It's just at a different scale. And
Polarity.
I was feeding the fear and therefore also receiving the feedback of my actions. But it didn't, which was telling me that I was operating out of fear. You know what so I feel like I can still be operating, I can take actions in fear and still be, because love just is, but the fear is what I forget that then. The fear is what causes the armor and causes me to act in a way that continues to perpetuate fear. But also, we lost him. And the other thing, our meeting is going to end in 10 minutes. Shucks. Um, so But also we can have fear and not act on it though. You know what I mean? Like we can fear is such an amazing compass as to like what it is that we're wanting to protect, or the perceived protection. So I can honor that I have a fear and not act in that, and know that I am love, remember that I am love, but act according to my remembrance versus to the forgetting, and that, which would be fear, you know? So like, acting like controlling things is out of fear, or people, or thinking I have to tell people certain things. But yeah, it's just interesting because I don't feel that fear will ever not be there. It'll just be to certain degrees. And in which way can we put space between the thought of fear and our actual response to that? Hold on. It's a little loud there.
It's okay. Yeah, I love what you said. Everything is ebb and flow, and you're absolutely right, Elaine. I feel like you're absolutely right that there's no wrong way to experience anything, and that eventually it all comes back around, you know. And it's never for anyone to say what you know that what evolves in a conscious aspect on somebody else's journey, not to
Mm,
be in a position of that as well. So I did like, I love what you said, like, and I just love what you said, and I'm glad you acknowledge that as well, because there is no right or wrong way about any of this. And there's no thing as permanence, and
mm,
just like the lungs expand and contract innumerable times every day, so well a lot of things that are like everything in our life, like from the macro to the micro, like our finances, our friends, or who we're doing, our opportunities, like everything is always ebbing and flowing. And to find a grace and a center point and a non point within that. Um, I don't know why I just keep coming back to the ghost. When we talked about the chariot, we talked about the Lyrians, and we talk about the ghost and the absence. And to allow it's like allowing others to walk through walls, allowing others to
oh,
go where they want. You know what I'm saying? I have to come back to the ghost. Um, yeah.
the the polarity, to know what it's not in order to come back to what is.
Ooh, ooh. That's how
Um,
you control the rhythm a little better and neutralize those events. Have the clarity to see beyond instead of what is.
The yeah, because a lot, that's what I've, like everything I've experienced that hasn't been what is has only allowed me to gain more clarity as to what is.
So we've all heard that to know is to really know that we know nothing. All right. We've all heard that. All right. One, two. All right. One of my favorite parts of the biblical standpoint of things, especially on the creation side of that, is God created everything good. If everything's good, love just is. And if everything is good, then bad is a creation. A bad is a perception. So in doing so, again, however we go is however we go. Love just is, and everything is good. It's just how do we get the lesson out of, or how do we get the lesson from the lesson? Because every lesson is a blessing. So, but some of them are more scary. Some of them are more exciting, but they're all lessons, because that's what we're here to do, is to experience and grow. So in doing so, that part of that the singularity, the singularity of all this is embrace it, love it. So even if you're afraid, there's love in the fear. There's love in that fear. And that is the vulnerability, the feminine vulnerability. There's there, but you know what? It's so beautiful. It's so attractive. That has an attractive feature. And, and then to add to that, I was like, when I speak about the love and fear of the, not the love just is, but the duality side of things, the polarity is, there's a thin line, like the yin and yang. There's a line, there's that neutral, there's the chaos there between light and dark. What is that thin line between love and fear? It's trust. It's trust. So trust is the soil, and love is the seed that grows the fruit. So if you want the fruit of that womb, the fruit of that loin, we need to trust. If I trust myself, I can trust you. If I can't trust myself, I can't trust anybody. If I can't, I don't even need to trust me. I just need to trust the process. The process. And guess what? Some people are going to come in my life and they're going to hurt me. Hurt me. Come on, do it. I'm going to love it because I'm going to grow from it. If it doesn't kill me, it's only going to make me stronger. So in doing so, it's like, trust the process. And so when my heart is open to somebody, I'm magnetized to them. Sometimes I say, hey, you know what? I'm going to love you. And you know what? Either you're going to do me right or you're going to do me wrong, but I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. That's what I'm here for. Because there's how many feelings and emotions are out there. Happiness is the pursuit of happiness, the journey. So in the happiness, that's a feeling. That's the emotion, energy and motion. So happiness is not, it comes and goes, just like sadness, just like anger, just like all of them. So in doing so, I just got to embrace it for the moment and enjoy it like love. I'm not going to hold on to love. I'm going to ride love. I'm going to ride it. Yeehaw! And if that horse shoots me off, well, guess what? I'm going to wait for the next horse. Yeehaw again. So, so that trust is key. And again, when there's trust, that's where the love grows. If I trust you, I'm going to love you. If I don't trust you, I'm going to fear you. If I'm afraid of you, I'm not going to give you this love.
Good to see you, Ken. Thank you, Chris. That was brilliant, Chris. What do you got? 3 minutes left? 2 minutes left?
Yeah.
3? Yeah.
3.
So, feels right.
Thank you for sharing, Chris. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, Ken, good.
Yeah,
good
it's lovely to see your face,
Thank you
Ken.
for sharing, Chris. I love what you said about the trust. Like that. That was beautiful. Well said.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because, I mean, for me, at the core of it, if I don't trust myself, like, I'm not going to be trusting the process. I'm not going to be, or trusting, anybody who comes into my life. It doesn't matter.
I trust you. I never even met you, but I trust you by the words you share, and I've met your soul, and I've heard your soul in your things, in your posts, and so in your soul, you might not trust your human body, your vessel, but your soul is trusting.
For all of us. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and also, I think like a lot of it though too is, acknowledging that, wait, maybe like the authenticity to know how to work through when there comes times of distrusting. Yeah, distrusting, and working through that and understanding that that's the mind, not the heart.
But
all love, never scary.
Good
So,
job, guys. Go
I
ahead.
really like you. Oh, sorry, buddy.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead.
I really liked what you said about love and with polarity and it being a spectrum, it's all talking about emotion. There's a line between when love becomes hate, it's in the middle where it's like and dislike. But I was thinking to something we talked about the other day. We see the world as we are. And when you hear information from somebody or perceive an event, you're attaching yourself to it as you are, framing your perception. So, back to the lighthouse stuff, when you're encountering people, they can only see you as they are. So, the ability for somebody and to connect with somebody there, it comes to a level of like connection to yourself where if somebody's ready and you're seeing the telltale signs of reciprocity, connection, everything, then you can give more. And I have to learn how to not just give in abundance to something that is draining me. And
Mm.
when that draining is occurring, I'm the last one to notice because my love isn't abundance. I made a conscious choice to treat everybody I encounter this world, all new acquaintances, anyone at a gas station, as if I intend on them being in my life forever. And the only way to do that is through reciprocity, love, respect, and both parties choosing to continue.
Yeah.
So so this thing I've been doing, and I have to set forth my intent because it's easier said than done. If I'm not cognizant and mindful and not connected to myself, I'll miss these opportunities. And that's where it's really groovy because in order to see
Mm.
these and make these connections, I have to be in alignment with myself first. So my intention is to treat everyone I encounter as if I intend on them being in my life forever. And that's only determined through reciprocity, respect, and love. That connection then can only continue if both parties agree to it. And it's a boundary that I placed on myself to try and control my conduct, the only thing I could control. And when I was trying to tie it into the lighthouse thing, back in the day, I don't know if you're into metals or not, guys, but they used to polish silver to reflect the light. And the reason not everybody is ready, so not everybody needs to be scorned by the fire, in my opinion. But the reason most people aren't ready for the lighthouse is because it requires that polished silver, a mirror. And not everybody is ready to look in that and see themselves as they are. So, due to that, they're not able to connect with you because they are withholding themselves and their authentic self to you. So, you can't force that upon somebody who's not ready to be vulnerable enough to give that up,
Mm.
give that fear up, let go, and let that light envelop them.
Oh,
Beautiful.
outstanding.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
just
I
think
feel like, Ken, we were talking about, I mean, I feel like we're all kind of activators here, right? Like we all kind of have some sort of
I think everyone
energy.
is.
Yes, yes, it's true. It's definitely true. The ones that speak of a truth to some degree that isn't typically spoken about is more of a reactionary activator. I mean, it's both reaction, but I feel that, so for me, yes, not being afraid of speaking the authentic truth, no matter where I'm at, like, because it's still, I'm meeting myself and people will not appreciate that at all. A lot of people won't appreciate that. The right people who are ready for that will appreciate and resonate with the creative stuff that whatever I put out, whatever I put together, whomever I bring together, all of the things. But yeah.
I feel like what I really loved about what Ken said is like really understanding oneself deeply and being authentic and being peaceful and being balanced and treating everybody as though you're going to be in my life forever. I love that. And I'm going to try to integrate that into my own awareness, that kind of deeper gentleness or virtue. And so thank you, Ken. But I also think that in a sensible way, that if somebody can stay aware, stay loving, have loving kindness and compassion, they can also be in life where they can say what may be healthy to say, even though it may be unpleasant for others to hear, in a detached way, but a loving kindness way. and not being afraid to try to keep people in your life or not be sensitive to hurt people. And there's a significant difference between being a purposeful agitator and somebody who's reflecting through kindness, somebody else, and there's a significant difference in that. And that's not the way my life is always go. I have feelings and emotions. I have insecurities that can come up, and I ride this way between fear and love all the time. And I can go through unpleasantries. But I really love that self-awareness and really starting one's day off or reminding myself throughout the day that I'm seeking my intention, the energy behind everything and how I perceive it is really in accordance for the highest good of all souls. And I'm going to treat my sister, my brother, in all things as though they're going to be in my life forever, because that's a deep level awareness. That's a real deep consideration. And by being aware of that, like putting that in the frontal lobe, I don't even know if that makes sense, but having that in my awareness there in my heart, my mind, they're saying it's okay. And we can authentically share whatever we wish to, not in a purposeful agitator way, but in a way of loving kindness. And because that ghost came up, we were talking about the ghost, and let others go where they want to go. Because you're trusting in the process, like Chris said, to have that trust. Without trust, we can't, there's not, and I love that. I recently, Ken, I've been saying the spirit of reciprocity too, and how important that is, how beautiful those words are, but I can't thank Ken enough and Chris enough and Elaine enough for this discussion, because it's really made me, especially the polishing of the silver, made me consider deeply that if I can have a certain level of loving kindness and trust in the process, we can be those lighthouses that are there to support, not destroy, not purposefully agitate something, but be it like being better than, but be a mirror for others if that's what's needed. Because I certainly appreciate mirrors. Many times my unhealthy structure in my mind and my Maya make me will not want to hear shit. But you know what? I need to hear it at the end of the day. So I too am grateful. Anyway, I just wanted to say that was really beautiful, Ken and Chris and everyone. Thank you.
Elaine, you want to talk or am I taking the floor?
I'm not feeling, no, go ahead.
All right. So effort equals interest. Effort equals interest. Interest equals effort. Where our effort goes is what we're interested in. What we're interested in is where our effort goes. All right. That being said, interest and intention, they're like brother and sister. They're like twins. Interest and intention. So the intention, what are we intent? Where is our intention at? So, oh shoot, am I losing it? Well, oh shoot, I think I might be losing it. But here, I have 2 points though. Rule 7. Is, here we're gonna change the camera side for a sec. Where is it? Rule 7. I don't know where to do it. All right, never mind. Oh, here we go. All right, we got it right here. I can't see it good. Rules for being human. All right. Bad camera, but all right. Anyway,
Yeah.
All right. So rule 7. Others are merely mirrors of you. You cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects to something you love or hate about yourself. I'll say it one more time. Others are merely mirrors of you. You cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects to something you love or hate about yourself. That's my favorite rule. I have it copied on my clipboard, and I share it with people all the time and wherever.
Cutting out. Oh, maybe that's my internet. Oh, hello? What is happening?
So in doing so, that's how love works. But unfortunately, the programming and the systems out there say, if I love you, you're supposed to love me back. Love me back. I'm loving you. Love me. No. Just I love A, I love B, and C loves me the way I love A and B. Yes, score. I'm done.
That's beautiful, Chris.
I guess I wasn't meant to hear some of that because I don't know what happened.
Oh, it was beautiful. Me and Ken hung in there. We all stayed in there. It was good stuff, Chris. Yeah.
Mine completely disconnected, so I don't
I didn't
know.
think we were going to see you again. I
Welcome
thought
back.
that was a wrap for tonight.
Thanks
So
for
it's
sharing, Chris.
interesting. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
interesting
Chris. Thanks.
because I I love how you just speak like the parables. It's very fascinating. It keeps me on my toes. Uh, the
Now, you told me your socks out or socks off?
Why am I not? I didn't hear that either. It just like you cut out again. Hmm. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes,
I hear
we.
you. His was garbled on mine.
Yeah,
Okay.
guy garbled out. Chris broke up a little bit. But hey, you guys, it might
Oh,
be a good time to wrap for me.
yes.
But
Let's
you
do
know, I
it.
just want to say, Elaine, thank you for bringing us together. Ken, wonderful man, meet you, man, and
Pleasure to meet you, buddy.
yeah, brother. And Chris, wonderful as always, and you guys are amazing, and I can't thank you enough for your perspectives and your thoughts and your feelings and expressions, man. Good stuff
Should we
tonight.
do it again? Should we do
Yes,
it?
Elaine.
I yeah, yes.
Thank you so much for setting forth the intent to accomplish this. It was a very pleasant experience, and I'm very, very glad that you felt comfortable doing this, organizing it, and just the energy you brought in here. I told you my apprehension, and I just resonated with two strangers. And that was something I had a fear attached to it because you don't know. And nowadays, with all the toxic positivity, it's hard to siphon through. And you're each of you, Jeremy, Chris, Elaine, your intentions shine through. You can hear authenticity when it resonates in your ears.
Yes.
Yeah, likewise, likewise.
Yes, I'm
Wonderful.
super excited to bring people together, and I mean, I would like to keep this going, and us get to know each other a little bit more, and then be able to use our conversations for people to feel connected to and to learn from, and whatever, bring in more people, once we become more whatever, see, and just see how it flows, because I mean it is like really quite powerful. It's really amazing.
Yeah. Ken, one thing
What's
that's really helped me is that what I always say is I was meditating one day and I heard like whatever, it doesn't matter where it came from, but it's like that I have to be in the experience in order to gain the benefit from the experience. And I'm like, man, is that not super true? I mean, whenever we hear the ice crack, we can always back off and get back on the shore. But I mean, like, I'm grateful you came in tonight, Ken, and I'm grateful, Chris and Elaine, you guys, good stuff.
Yeah,
Thank
What,
you so
next
much.
definitely.
Next Thursday, 8 o'clock?
I can do that.
I would participate in that if I'm available. I certainly would.
If I'm
Okay.
available, I'll be there.
Alrighty.
And I'll say also, thank you, Elaine, also, and Ken and Jeremy. It's also been a pleasure, as I'm pretty sure all of us, we talk to more women than men because we don't bump heads, but it was a pleasure to be with some divine masculine men also.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elaine, for bringing good men in the mix on that one. It was a pleasure.
Yes, I absolutely enjoyed it, and grateful for you all. Thank you.
Mahalo. Ciao,
Yes.
ciao. Have a
Take
great night,
care.
everyone.
Yep. Until we meet again.